Well, ladies and gentlemen, we're gonna be diving right into this one, and yeah, you might want to stop rolling those fat doobies tonight. Sit down, because it is going down, and the rumors were true. The leaks that happened were true. I got a bunch of stuff that I'm gonna share with you, and guys, we truly are living in exciting times. We have apparently reports, and we got first-hand reports and first-hand testimony. A guy coming out saying that he worked on an alien craft and he's ready to show us the footage of it as well. It's not a drill. We're gonna get into it. Like the video if you love videos like these. Subscribe if you're brand new. I want to keep you guys in the loops. But first of all, let me show you what I'm gonna show you. We got this News Nation report. I want to show you like this Joe Rogan clip as well, Dr. Stephen Greer clip as well. And I know a lot of you don't believe in him and a lot of you believe in him. But here's the thing though, this man said that January is gonna be the month, and guys, I think he was not lying based off the stuff that just came out, because there's apparently first-hand, not second-hand or third-hand, first-hand account. We have a first-hand witness coming forward, says that he worked on an alien craft and he's ready to also show us the footage. And they have confirmed the date and the time when it's releasing. Now let's hope that nothing's bad gonna happen, because you know, stuff like that has happened a lot in the UFO community and in the UFO news. What am I talking about? Let's actually get into it. Sit down, guys, sit down and hold on to your puppers. Put those puppers, matter of fact, put those puppers on a leash. Roll it. Shout out to News Nation, by the way. Roll it.
UFO sightings the military can't explain. Congressional hearings, Pentagon whistleblowers, armadas of strange aircraft flying over, of all places, New Jersey. What does it all mean?
Yeah.
Well, since last year's groundbreaking interview with whistleblower David Grush, News Nation's been out front on this story, and we've got another major exclusive. A new whistleblower is coming forward saying he's not just saying he's heard about a secret government.
Jason Statham, is that you? Oh, shit. Oh. That is Jason Statham. I knew something was up with that man. No, it's not, but he looks like him.
Program to retrieve UFO crash remains. He says he's worked on this program. He claims to have video to prove it, and credentialed colleagues who back him up, and he has the attention of at least one senior lawmaker. News Nation's Ross Coulthard has been working on this story for more than a year. He conducted the interview for a special report airing right here this Saturday at 8 p.m. Eastern, and News Nation correspondent Joe Khalil is here with a first look. Joe?
Oh my goodness, man. We have release date for it. Oh, bring it in, man. And wait for it, guys. Right after this one, I want to show you something else too. So if you're watching this video after 8 p.m. Eastern time Saturday, chances are we're either gonna live stream it, Alien DLC reveal, aliens coming before GTA 6. I'll try and be available and live stream for you guys. So if you're new, definitely subscribe. Yeah, 8 p.m. Eastern this Saturday. If you're watching this after Saturday, definitely look back on the channel and wait for what's to come later on in this video as well.
Oh, these are pretty stunning claims.
Yeah, they are, Elizabeth. The man you saw in the video, Jake Barber, he's an Air Force veteran, and he is coming forward with some shocking claims. The first person to go public saying that he actually participated directly in a secret military program that he believes was to retrieve UAP or alien craft. Now, Barber says he was contracted as a helicopter pilot. He retrieved all kinds of crashed craft. Some of it, he says, top secret and explainable. Others, he says, however, he believes were non-human origin. It's not just him. We've got 3 other military veterans backing up his story on the record and on camera to News Nation. So take a listen quickly to just part of Ross Coulthard's conversation with Barber.
Oh man, I'm excited, bro. I'm excited, man. Let's hope for the best now. I mean, I'm very optimistic though, but let's hope for the best. We get a good ending, guys. Hopefully this is not gonna be a teaser trailer of like a scary movie though. Hopefully it's gonna be a good one. But here we go, boys. Uh-oh.
So tell me about the moment when you realized that you were involved in a retrieval of non-human technology, alien tech.
So it became very clear the first time our communication process and procedure was modified. And then just visually looking at the object on the ground, you could tell that it was extraordinary and anomalous. It was not human.
How close did you get?
Well, I was a helicopter pilot, and I operate with 150 foot to 200 foot long line. So I got within 150 feet of this object.
What did you see?
I saw an egg, a white egg.
Was there any visible propulsion system on it?
No, not what we would know. There's no engine, there was no thermal signature. I was operating.
UFO whistleblower saw white egg object. I'm a believer in the topic. If you guys have been following the channel, you know I'm a believer that we're not alone, right? Mathematically speaking, it's just impossible, right? But an egg-shaped UFO. Have you heard anything about an egg-shaped UFO before? I don't think we have. And yeah, it seems like that he really saw something, bro. He really saw something. Oh man, I feel like a kid right now, bro. I feel like a kid right now, man. This is exciting times we're living in, but
at night when I finally came in to pick it up. So I'm working under night vision goggles at the time. And it was quite clear. I flipped them up, flipped them down, and looked at it a couple of different ways.
How did you know that that egg-shaped object was non-human in origin?
Well, visually, after seeing all kinds of things in my past, it was clearly something that was ridiculously looking. It's inconsistent with anything I'd ever seen before. I can also tell you that the reaction by my team, we all knew we were dealing with something extraordinary.
And at no stage were you ever subsequently told that the craft was of non-human origin?
I will tell you that during this process over the last couple of years, it's been confirmed to me by ranking members of the UAP task force that what we were working with that night was in fact NHI, and it was not a unique experience.
holy. So far, wait for it, I got other stuff that I want to share with you as well. So far, yeah, okay, so friendly or not so friendly or not so friendly. We want to know, right? Is it time to lock yourselves in the basement because they are here? Or is it, hey, come on in, brother, bring it in. They are here, yes, but it's not so bad after all. Right? What are we talking? Or you guys think that this is just false, this is a baloney, or it's psyop, it's fake alien invasion, part of fake alien invasion? What do you believe? Because yeah, here's the thing, right? Dr. Stephen Greer, whether you believe it or not, that's cool, and I think it's fair because we're talking about yeah, jokes aside though, we're talking about extraordinary stuff. Two of the biggest questions in the universe is, are we alone in the universe, or and also what happens after we die? And this is one of those, right? One of those questions, and it's massive. It is massive. So holy smokers, it ain't no jokers, right? And Stephen Greer, whether you want to believe it or not, that's up to you. But extraordinary claims requires extraordinary evidence. And Dr. Stephen Greer is one of those dudes that is saying that we're not alone, and he has made, you know, like arguably some of the best documentaries on the matter. Even if you're not a believer, I highly recommend you check out Unacknowledged, because it's a very good documentary, first of all. And secondly, it does show, yes, it does show a lot of really good proof about the fact that we're not potentially alone. Potentially there's life out there. And he also does claim that they are not bad. The government wants like a fake alien invasion. That's the narrative, like Lockheed, Skunk Works, they are reverse engineering their technology. And it's essentially they are promoting the PSYOP and the fake alien invasion. That's the narrative. And he is basically against that. He wants a good ending. He wants a real disclosure, which if that's true, I can appreciate that, I can respect that. And now he is putting together this entire thing, and allegedly all of these, not allegedly, but the whistleblowers are, you know, coming together as one right now, and he's putting together a team. He's bringing all of them forward, especially the ones that worked on these projects, and they're now gonna put out like footage as well alongside the claims. And essentially this is gonna force the hand of the government to perhaps then officially reveal it, or have another Congress hearing. How many times we've had Congress hearings, right? I lost count. But it's a good thing though. It's a good thing that something is being done. Now the normies are waking up. That's true as well. The normies are waking up. But the normies still want to know about this subject from the government. even though the normies, most normies are like, when I say normies, it means like general people. That's like the slang term on the internet. Possible NASA leaked footage. Sheesh. If real, right? Holy smokers, it ain't no joke. Cause I wanted to put like some UFO videos in the background while we talk about it, and I want to also play you another clip too. Yeah, insane, man. Insane times we're living in. But the normies, they want to know the official stuff, officially from the government, even though they're like, hey, the government lies, and the government truly does lie. But till we have information from the government, and truth be told, to be fair though, like the government did say that UFOs are real, right? They said that years and years ago, but it's not enough. It's never enough. People want to see the actual videos. And you know what? The day we have the videos, people are going to be like, hey, we want to actually see it by our own eyes. Fair. Like, I'm part of that gang too. Hey, man, I want to see it too with my own eyes. And yeah, till that happens, I don't think much gonna be done. But if you're a believer, you're a believer. If not, well, I think this is just gonna be more food for thought. Yeah, I mean, I'm looking at this from an optimistic lens. Any progress is good progress in this field, so more information, the better. I should say more, scratch that part. More real information, the better. Yeah. Okay, let's actually get down to this Joe Rogan clip. Roll it.
And oddly seems to be the case that it's like primarily happening in the United States. Like if you look at the difference between the UFO sightings around the world and the UFO sightings in the United States, we're locked in. We're locked in.
I said this to you last time, I think. Yeah.
Yes,
Yeah. When you
yeah.
asked me what do I think of aliens, I was like, I would find it a lot more credible if it wasn't all in North America.
But also, as an American, I have to say, it's probably because we're the shit. And if I was an alien, what am I gonna do? Go to Czechoslovakia? Get the fuck out of here. I'm gonna go check out San Francisco. Like, look at all the shit in the streets.
Right.
Look at all the needles. These people are crazy. I think there's probably both things going on. I think there's probably some sort of extra dimensional possibility that I think occurs during psychedelic drugs and during certain states of altered consciousness.
Like DMT, Rogan. How many of you have ever done DMT? I heard a lot about it, but never done it. And I believe last time I checked, they also made DMT illegal when it was not. And we, us the humans, we also produce DMT in our minds naturally, although it's not, I guess, too much. And the claims are, for those of you that do not know, it's a psychedelic drug. And essentially people that do it, they experience something. And you know what's shocking is that, and this has been documented by a lot of people, so it's not like just one guy did it and we're believing one guy. A lot of people that have done it, they claim that if they were put in a room together, let's just say 3 people were together and they've done DMT together, they would have a trip. When I say trip, you know, like people that do drugs, yeah, people that do drugs, they always have those trip, and this is why they want to keep on doing it because they feel that high. This with the psychedelic, with the DMT, it's different. It's claimed. So let's just say 3 people do DMTs together, and they are on a trip. They are thrown somewhere else. Of course, they're physically here, but they get thrown somewhere, and when they are back to normal state, all 3 of them would describe the exact same experience. Oh, shit. And that's the part that's freaky, because usually if you're high on drugs, or I don't recommend you do it, but people that do it, they say that everybody has a different experience, right? Everybody has a different experience. But with this DMT thing, if you're in a room together and you do it, it's like, hey, everybody having like the same kind of like experience, which is weird. And secondly, people that do it, they claim that they have a new definition of life, and they have like bigger, they're enlightened, as though they are enlightened, which is insane. And the next question to that, and the only thing that we don't know about it, is that, is it your mind producing that DMT? Once you take it, then it enhances your brain and it produces even more DMT, so therefore you're experiencing that. Is it that, or do your spirit goes in another realm? That's the part that we don't know yet. And surely, as you guessed it, they made DMT illegal. So yeah, if you had experience with the DMT, feel free to share it. I had never done it, but this is something that people talk about, so I wanted to actually bring it up really quickly and keep it part of the discussion. But
that I have a feeling you're tuning into something that's not always available, but probably is always there. And then there's probably a physical element of things coming here from somewhere else, because we do that. It just seems so duh. Like, allegedly we went to the moon, but we definitely sent rovers to Mars. We definitely send satellites into space to take incredible imagery of Jupiter. We definitely do all that. Why would we not think that another species would do that? Especially if they get to some position where they're using some unique, novel form of propulsion that manipulates gravity, and they don't even have to worry about G-forces. They just appear places, which seems to be like what they think these things are doing. Have you heard about that? There's a story about this Chinese scientist that was working on anti-gravity, and she came from China to the United States to work on anti-gravity, and she was working on some anti-gravity propulsion system and then vanished. Probably went back to China.
Yeah, I mean...
Yeah, probably went back to China. It's like, this is what they paid me to do.
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of people who vanish in China. That's the thing, isn't
But
it?
I don't think she vanished. She vanished from the United States. I think she went back to China.
Oh, what, and took the secrets with her?
I think that's the worry. Is that this? See if you can find that lady's name. It's a very interesting
Jamie, pull that up.
story.
Not now, Mom! I'm trying to find the truth about aliens!
I was reading about it the other day, and I remembered, like, someone... You guys are perfect to talk about this. Because that would be the ultimate thing that you'd have to keep secret from another country. Because if you have espionage, if you have people that have infiltrated your universities, and they certainly do, and if you have people who have infiltrated your military contractors, and they certainly do, we do it. I'm sure they do.
Oh, they definitely do.
Yeah.
I mean, the southern border is the fact that it's as open as it is.
Yeah.
That's a lot of them are coming through there.
Of course.
Yeah.
What?
But if you're making something that is some sort of a gravity propulsion system, and you've made a breakthrough, you're not going to put that on Wired.com.
Yeah.
You're not going to broadcast that on CNN. You're not going to tell anybody that.
But you need to put it on getbaffledrealfast.com though. Okay, I'm joking. I know, lame joke. I get it. Lame.
Because if the other countries find out, if the other superpowers, if China and Russia find out that we have some sort of a gravity propulsion, everyone's gonna die.
Yeah.
They're gonna steal all the
No.
information.
Doesn't make sense.
They're just, bro, like, they're just gonna be smelling their own farts just like they usually do. But on a real though, when you think about it, it doesn't make sense. It doesn't make sense.
Solving the mystery of Huntsville's brilliant anti-gravity scientist. Dr. Ning Li's son talks about her mom's career and legacy, along with the internet's obsession with her disappearance. So, when did she disappear?
I'm praying right now, bro. I'm on my knees right now. I'm going on my knees right now. No Diddy, but I really hope, like, this man that claimed to have worked on the ET UFO retrieval program that is about to show us the video is not gonna disappear, man. That's what I hope for. Let's hope for the best, guys. I'm on my knees right now, praying. As you guys can see, no Diddy, but
let's see, she co-authored papers
Coming back.
in 93.
Hold on right there. Stop right there. In the late 90s, she claimed to have created anti-gravity devices that were fully functional, and this was big news in both scientific journals and mainstream press. In 1997, Dr. Li continued to expand on her concept and conduct more experiments. She published papers describing the anomalous weight changes in objects suspected over a rotating superconductor. To say her work referred to as taming gravity could change the world is an understatement. Taming gravity would drastically change the way we transport on every level. Humans could travel the world at ease, and we could finally get our hands on those sweet hoverboards from Back to the Future.
oh,
So, did she really do it? So what happened?
and it's also one of the, whether you want to call it metaphor or a real claim or a baloney or a rumor, but this is one of those things that they are currently talking about, especially Dr. Stephen Greer, which I want to show you a clip from in just a second. But they say that everything that you saw in Star Trek, we had that, I believe, 3 decades ago. Oh shit! So everything that you saw in Star Trek, we had that 30 years ago. So, yeah. We had that 30 years ago. what do we have now? And what we have now is far greater. If true, of course, if true. I mean, these, this kind of keeps me up at night sometimes, mate, but, yeah.
To her. In 99, Lee left UAH to start her own company, AC Gravity, and commercialize a device based on her theories. Oh, you fucked up, lady. Her colleagues obviously believed in her work. As a chair of UAH's physics department, Larry Smalley also departed the university to join her. Public records show that in 2001, the U.S. Department of Defense gave AC Gravity a grant for $448,970 to research the technology. However, these results were never published. In fact, Dr. Lee never published anything again.
Wow.
And even though the business license for AC Gravity was updated yearly through 2018, there's no record of any further work done by the company. Lee...
Suspect. That is hella suspect. Not now, Mom! I'm currently working on I'm watching a UFO video right now!
His career after 2002 is a subject of great mystery. Barely Sociable's research turned up a document showing that she gave a presentation at the 2003 MITRE conference titled Measurability of AC Gravity Fields. The MITRE Corporation challenges federally funded research for manages federally funded research for several U.S. agencies. At the conference, she presented along with a Redstone Arsenal official from U.S. Army Aviation and Missile Command, meaning that her research was still being conducted up to that point. So where did she take off? When did she disappear?
They think she went to China.
But why are you guys believing she went to China and disappeared? I mean, it could be CIA that done something that they shouldn't have, right? But hella suspect.
It just kind of goes on. This is a bunch of they're not really sure. And then in 2021, so it was 2 years ago.
Well, look at this though.
An obituary popped up.
An obituary
on a funeral home just outside of Birmingham, where she was. Where she was, and it didn't say anything about her disappearance.
Yeah,
an obituary. They say how she died.
I don't know. Check it.
Was it water torture?
They usually don't say how on an obituary. See?
Damn.
Wow. There she is.
She passed away peacefully.
Yeah.
Dr. Lee Dr. Lee survived by her son. Wait, what?
That's a little sus.
There's more information about how she would have conducted her life,
but if you scroll back up, what I was gonna read a little bit more, there's something about her right there, a little bit higher, confirming her well-being, that she was still working with the DoD, but was unable to talk about her work. So she's working with the Department of Defense. He also told Ventura that he was unable to get a working email address or phone number for her. Bro, they probably made a breakthrough, and that's probably what happens when you make a real breakthrough.
Yeah.
They probably give you a very clear indication of how this is going to go from here on out. You're going to be completely isolated from the rest of the world. I
mean, how many times we've heard stories like that where someone found a cure to cancer and then they disappear, right? I want to show you this one really quickly, okay? Dr. Steven Greer from his recent podcast. Roll it.
Dr. Greer, you've talked about this transnational organization that controls this. Can you explain this to the audience and talk about the urgency to neutralize the capabilities of this organization? Because I think too many people think it's the government covering it up, and they don't have a clear idea of who is actually behind the cover-up.
Lockheed is the...
Yeah, that's a great question, Michael. And, one of the thing that tilted my life's axis was December 13th, 1993, when I had a prolonged meeting with the director of the CIA, for Bill Clinton, R. James Woolsey. A meeting he subsequently denied happening because, well, my commentary on that is you don't want to hear it. But, it's Washington, and it's lawyers and politicians and what have you. And everybody knows what that means. So, but as a consequence of that personally, what I realized is that the constitutional government of we the people, its president, most of its elected officials, except for a few devils that are in there who are on the payroll of this covert group, really know nothing about the subject. In fact, I would say that all of you who've seen the documentary Unacknowledged knows more than most of the members of Congress and most people in the White House on this subject. And that is a tragedy, and it's dangerous. So the organization that
No, I've seen like a lot of Dr. Stephen Greer stuff, right? Maybe he's gonna say it, but if he does not, I'm just gonna simplify it. According to him, he's making like this very big claim that the Pentagon basically the Pentagon, they don't know much. They are, when they say they are like researching UFO, they actually are. They are researching, but they just don't have all the answers. It's like the Lockheed, the Skunk Works, you know, the Black Ops, the CIA, you know, the deep dark operations with limited amount of people. They have most amount of knowledge, and they are the ones that kept the secret for decades and decades, and they have that technology reverse engineered and all that. That's like the claim. The government on the front lines, they don't know much. Of course they know, I mean, they have said that, yeah, they have declassified stuff, but it's like they still don't know much, is the claim thrown around.
deals with this is not just U.S. It is actually a transnational criminal organization that's highly covert. And that is a fact. Not a conspiracy theory. It's a fact and been proven in any court of law. And I want to remind people, one of our early Disclosure Project witnesses who appeared at the National Press Club in 2001, almost 24 years ago, right before 9/11, is a man named Carl Wolf, who is since deceased. He, in 1968, was at Langley Air Force Base at a national security agency compartmented operation, where they were analyzing the early digital images coming back from the moon, from the lunar orbiter that went around the moon.
Context: that man's claimed that the man that just that passed away, right? He claimed that NASA did found, and they have images of the backside of the moon with actual alien structures. Oh shit! Oh shit! Yeah, and he also did say, the guy that passed away, he also did say that he's willing to go under oath and say the same thing that he said during that conference, which was, once again, NASA. They actually went to the moon, allegedly. Whether you want to believe it or not, that's up to you. What we're hearing is that the videos that we saw, they were fake because they could not show, right? That's like another conspiracy theory. But yeah, they have images of the backside of the moon, and there were structures. It's like you know, it's like the airport for these ALMAs, essentially. Whether you want to believe it or not, that's up to you. But yeah,
to map it before we landed a year later in '69, and he was called in to repair some equipment in this compartmented operation. He walks in, and you look at his testimony. It's up on our archive, our website, dpiarchive.com. And he says it was like a United Nations. There was people from all over the world in there, China, other countries that you tell those are our enemies. No, they were in a compartmented operation dealing with this. That was 1968. That was, how many years is that now?
Sheesh.
A long time. So, you know, going on 60 years, 57 years ago almost. And so when you think about that, extrapolate that data point from that whistleblower, and I've heard this from many others, and what you have to realize is that the organization running this is not only U.S. It's dispersed around the world and is embedded. It's a bit like a metastatic cancer. It's gone through the whole body politic of the world and have enough technologies and power and money and influence to maintain a corrupt enterprise. So this is why no president or Congress has been able to get this under control up till now. And the good news is that there are a number of people in those operations who want to come out. They want to defect. But it's by no means over. And this is why another part of what we've been doing, and I mean, this is in this, well, it's a big tome, but this is a new briefing document for the incoming administration and Congress. And it's the biggest one I've done. I've done them since Clinton in the 90s. But
you know, I can appreciate that. I really, if all of this is true and it's not another psyop, I can 110% appreciate that, because initially, right, when we started hearing that we're gonna have a full-blown disclosure, yeah, a lot of people were excited and doubting it, and understandably. I mean, even I said that, bro. Like, I do believe we're gonna eventually get disclosure, but is it gonna be happening this month? I don't know about that one. But then, you know, just the other day, like I made a video on it, that this week Dr. Stephen Greer claims that we're gonna have a disclosure. And after seeing that, I was more like, hey, I don't think it's gonna be on a government. Yeah, you can watch that video back. I don't think that government is gonna do a disclosure. It's gonna be more like another whistleblower that he's gonna bring forward. And what we're hearing is that it's exactly that. But it's better. It's better than what I expected. Because I was expecting, like, okay, it's gonna be he said, she said kind of situation, which might still be the case, and in a way it's okay as long as we get real footage. Now that's the part that I was not anticipating, right? I was like, okay, it seems like that it's not going to be a full-blown disclosure on a government level, but what we're now hearing is that, yeah, this gentleman is gonna, it actually worked on the UFO firsthand. UFO retrieval program, saw it, and there's a video of it that they're gonna reveal. If you're watching this video in the future, then chances are it's already revealed, or perhaps not, okay? You never know. Maybe it's gonna be another baloney. I'm probably gonna be trimming this video after Saturday, after this Saturday, because they're claiming that they're gonna be revealing it, and if they already revealed it, I should have a video up on the channel. But yeah, let's continue.
In it, there are a series of executive orders, and for the president, and recommendations to the Congress, and also there are versions of this for other heads of state elsewhere that we're briefing. And in it, it very clearly recommends that there needs to be a law enforcement operation stood up that gets these programs, at least the most malignant ones of them, on a leash and gets them under control, because the technologies that they have are so advanced that when they are used maliciously, and they have been already, in many ways that we'll go into maybe another time, that it's a threat to national security, but also global security. Jeez. And this is something that can't continue, because the technology arc from the 40s to now, it was gradual, and then it went like this. And it continues to go nonlinear, exponential. And this is not things that you're going to see, at MIT and Harvard. These are in covert programs, engineering and science programs that are deeply secretive. And those technologies, when they're used for good, could be of extraordinary value. As a medical doctor, I know of ones that would be incredibly valuable for healing and for emergencies and for fixing very chronic problems as well as acute traumatic issues. But at the same time, those technologies have applications that would save the biosphere and eliminate poverty and pollution. But that same technology can be used as a weapon, right? So all technology is a double-edged sword. And what it is who is wielding it? Who is controlling how it's used? Who is determining? What is the consciousness and the motivations of the people who wield that technology, who have it? And that gets into almost an existential question, isn't it? Spiritually, and not necessarily religiously, but what is the consciousness of the people who have that technology? Are they hell-bent on destruction and endless war, or do they want a world of peace and of unity?
Yeah, that's a very good question. If true, once again, because if that technology is really what it is, and if it's in the bad hands, then shit, man, we are out of luck. But if not, if it's in good hand, then it can definitely improve the life. It can improve the life further. Let's hope for the best. I'm gonna try and live stream. If I don't live stream, I'll definitely have a video. Subscribe if you're new, and check out this video on the screen. This is the last episode that we've done. If you have not seen it, check it out, because one of the congressmen also did report, and this is what he said. Check out this video on the screen, and I'll see you right there.